Do you often struggle to manage and organize your emails in your inbox, especially when you come back from long leave? Do you find yourself in a situation wherein you're taking multiple days just to recover back to your normal work environment? Well, you're in luck because I'm going to be talking just about that in today's video. Stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Untitled Sharma. I am a senior product manager at a tech industry and have overall 12 years of work experience as of 2022. If you want to know more about me or this channel, look out for the introduction video above. Otherwise, let's get right into today's topic. So the topic for today is organizing your email inbox. So just to give you a little bit context, so I have just returned back today from 3-week vacation. The number of emails that I have in my inbox are around 800 unread emails. I'm sure that can cause anxiety in some people. I have around 20 unread Slack messages which I need to respond to. So I'm going to be sharing on my approach to handling that and in making sure that I'm not spending a lot of days just to do this, and I'm doing it in the most effective way just in a couple of hours. So stay tuned. Alright, so I usually take a 2-step approach. The phase 1 or the pass 1 is wherein I scan through everything in the first pass. Like if I have 800 emails, I'm going to scan through all the emails in the first pass and do 3 things. Either, I open that email and close the email, so things like wherein someone has responded okay or thank you, or, someone has accepted the meeting invite and things like that. Things which don't need any further action. So I just open the email and close it like it's read. The second type of thing that can happen in the first pass is I will star that email, meaning I am going to read it after some time because I need to spend time on it. I need to understand what the other person is saying in the email, or I need to respond to it and stuff like that. I'm going to star that email. The third thing that can happen in the first pass is that I'm going to open that particular, if it's a document or if it's a blog post, I'm going to open it in a new tab. I will read the stuff about it in the second pass. So these are the 3 things that will ideally happen in the first pass. So I will do this exercise for all the 800 emails and I will bulk delete the ones which do not fall in any one of these 3 categories. So for example, marketing emails, I could have subscribed to a lot of newsletters. At this point I don't need to read too much about it because they come in every day or every week, so I don't need to worry about it now because I have other things which I need to prioritize. So at this point what I'll do is I will bulk delete the ones which I don't need to read or don't need to action. So this way, this is the first pass I'm going to take. Prioritize the ones which I need to action, make them open in a new tab or star them so that I can look at them in the second pass. So this is the pass number 1. So once you're done with deleting emails on one page or starring them or opening it in a new tab, just go in the reverse again. So read the emails in reverse to make sure you've not missed out anything before bulk deleting. So definitely do it. So if you can see, I'm just scrolling up to see I've not missed out on anything, and those ones are all like emails which are good to be deleted. So now I just select the ones which are unread. See, there are a lot of unread emails because they're not actionable for me, so I just bulk delete them. So I'm done with this page. Now if you see in this page, I'm going to repeat the same process, but now I think 80% of emails on this page are read. There are only 20% which are unread. Now, instead of deleting these 20%, bulk deleting these 20%, I'm going to jump over to next page, because if I delete these 20% of emails, only these many emails are what I'll be able to read. It'll take me a lot of time, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to go to the next page, and for all the emails which are shown here, 100 emails which are shown here, I am going to read them and then bulk delete them to save time. We are halfway through it. 325 emails. Let's take a sip of water. It can be an exhausting task. Take a walk if you need, but yeah, just take some few minutes of rest before resuming further. I think that'll help. Alright, so what I'm doing here is, as and when I'm reading emails, so whatever the big tasks that I have which I need to spend time on, I'm writing those big tasks, not too much in detail, but big tasks, so that after I am done with reading all the emails, once there are 0 unread emails in my inbox, I will go to this paper wherein I've written all these tasks, and I will refer to them and I'll start working on them. So that I don't forget. So as and when I remember, okay, this is like the big thing, there are maybe 50 emails which are referring to this particular task, so I'm going to write that task here, so that once I'm done reading the emails, I'm going to spend time on that task, because it needs time. It cannot be done while reading the email. I need to spend time on it, and I need to work on it. But it's important that I'm writing down these big tasks as and when I find them. So as of now, I have 3 tasks which I have written, and I've read around 400 emails. So these are the 3 big tasks which I will be doing after the email reading activity is done. So this really helps. Now, while you are going through your inbox and stuff like that, do not forget to look at your calendar for today. So while you're thinking about your past, don't forget your present. So look at your calendar, look at what meetings you have scheduled for today, because you've come back after a vacation, so it's highly likely that you don't remember what meetings are there. So look at your calendar for today and plan your day accordingly, and whatever you need to prep for today's meetings, do that, and then get back to the activity. So yeah, this is something that I'm doing, and I think that you should do as well. Alright, I still have 14 more emails, guys. 1 second, just there. Yes, I'm on the first page. So I'm just going to refresh. Yes, you see, I just refreshed it. There are a couple of emails which I've got in past half an hour from the time I'm doing activities. So good that I've refreshed and I'm not missing out on them. Alright, let's see. I've starred them because I need to reply to these emails. Gotten this. I have to open this. Alright. Open this, another invitation for me. I've accepted it, and apart from that, the ones at the bottom I don't need, so I'm going to select unread and delete. Yay! So now there are 0 unread emails in my inbox. I don't know if you can see, but this is what my inbox looks like. Yes, it's an achievement. If you've stayed so far, and if you found that this is an effective way to manage your inbox, manage your time for you to be most effective, definitely do not forget to hit like and subscribe. Alright folks, now we have 0 unread emails. So the past one is done. Take a water break. It's important. Take that water break. Okay. Now what we have here is, I have maybe 10 to 20 tabs which are open, because they are like tickets which I need to respond to. People have tagged me on a couple of tickets, so I need to respond to them. There are a few leave approvals that I need to do. That's there. There are some blogs which I need to read. So that's there. I have a lot of tabs which are open. That's one. Then I have a handful of emails in my starred email list, so I need to go through that. And thirdly, I have my notebook wherein I have noted down the big tasks which I need to do. So now if you see these, we've narrowed it down. We have these 3 things to do. Now that I've taken a water break, I'm going to spend time first of all on going through the emails in my starred list and respond to them, or whatever action needs to be happened. After that, I'm going to go through each and every tab, read through them, respond to people on the tickets, on people who've asked me, read the blog posts and understand them, like do the actual work or whatever needs doing. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to take a break, probably lunch break, because it's already 12:20, and I think this whole activity is going to take at least an hour. So I'm going to take a lunch break after that. And after that, once my laptop is clear, because I've already read all emails and responded to them, then I'm going to open my notebook, and those big tasks which I need to do, I'm going to go there and implement those tasks. So that is how I'm going to spend my entire day today. After my 3 weeks of holiday, I think that has been quite productive for me, because I did not miss out on anything. So that is what I would highly recommend as well. Alright, so a pro tip here at past 2. So when you are referring your notebook and seeing those big milestones that you want to achieve today, prioritize them in the order of ones which are going to take less time. So something that's going to take 3 hours as an example, do it towards the end, as opposed to something that's going to take like only half an hour or 1 hour. So the one which is going to take the least amount of time, pick that item first. So pick up that milestone, read all the emails related to it, respond to them, get up to date on what's happening for that milestone, whatever browser tabs you have open, read all the documents related to it. So if it's going to take half an hour in total to do that first, and then something which is going to take an hour, then pick up something that's going to take around 2 hours or more than that. So prioritize in that way, so that you are having that sense of accomplishment as in when you're doing it. All right, within half an hour you've achieved this, now let's move on to the next one. So that really helps, because if you do it in the other way, if you pick up the one which is going to take the maximum time, you are going to be doing it for the 2-3 hours and you're going to be so exhausted, and the last 2 items you might not do it today, you will put it to next day. So you will sort of feel demotivated to do it. So that's why what I personally like to do it, I prioritize them according to the time it's going to take, and pick up the one which is going to take the least amount of time, finish that first, check that off, like I'm up to date with it, and then move on to the next one, because I want to complete whole of this exercise in one day as opposed to taking multiple days of catching up. So I think that's a best practice that I would highly recommend. Alright, the other thing which I didn't mention, because I was primarily talking about the inbox, is the messages which we would obviously have gotten on our, I use Slack, our organization uses Slack, you might be using some other communication tool, but whatever that communication tool is, you might have also got messages on that. I have like 1500 messages, so I'll do that as well before my lunch break, so that before I do my actual work, which is going to take time, I will be doing all these small works and getting done with it. So even while you're going through your Slack messages or your messages in general, one-on-one messages or group messages, you will encounter definitely areas wherein someone has referred to a page which you need to read, and it's going to take time. So open them in a browser window and do that exercise when you're doing the other browser window reading. So do that. I'm doing that. I'm opening it in a browser and going to read it later, because it's going to take time. It's a blog post. Things which you can immediately reply, just to respond to them that you were on leave and you will get back with the information. So that is what you can do now. Apart from that, there could be long threads which you need to go through, which are important. So what I am going to do now is, I have looked that there is a long thread, but I'm going to mark it as unread, because I need to sit and spend some time on it. But I'm not going to spend so much time on it now, because it's going to block everything else for me. So I'm going to mark that message as unread. So what will happen is, at the end of my Slack reading messages activity, I will be left with, out of 1500 messages, I might have like 300 or 400 messages which are actually message threads which I need to spend time on, because people were having some conversation and I need to know what that was. So I will be left with those 300 to 400 Slack messages, which I will take a look as a separate activity afterwards. So that I'm just doing this as a first pass. I've taken a first pass at it. Now when I take the second pass, maybe after my lunch break or whatever, whenever I get time to do it, I'll do it, so that I am doing the major things and I'm letting people know that I'm back and I'm reading my emails, I'm reading my messages, and I'm going to get back to them. You can do those sort of things, but things which need more thinking and you need to understand what happened in the time you were off, so those ones you can mark as unread and you can read them later on in the later part of your day. But make sure all of these things are done today when you are back from your office, so that you're not spending so many days just to catch up. Your catch up should ideally happen within the same day, in a couple of hours if it's ideal. So definitely do it today itself, from whenever you are back. So email reading can be a big task. So yeah, I'm just having my lunch at my table. Do that if you like. Not recommending, but yeah, just to save time, you can do it. Yes, I am working from home. So yeah, I do change places quite a lot, and it really helps, especially when you're doing a monotonous task like this. So definitely try it out. And it's around 4 p.m. now. I am done, I would say 90% done with all the tasks that I wanted to accomplish today. For all the milestones, I'm just on the last one, and that too, maybe just 20% of it is left. I would say I'm about to wrap up my day after this. So it's been quite a productive day. Whatever I wanted to achieve, I've done that just because I was able to plan for it in the beginning of my day. So that really helped me. I hope you're able to follow that too, and I hope it really helps you too. Alright, so yeah, I was just working and my daughter was sleeping next to me. She just woke up. I am going to have to go to another room to finish my work and check off, the milestones from my notebook. So I'm just going to do that. So I guess these are the perks for working from home. But yeah, I think anyways I'm going to log off soon. So it was a good day, as I said earlier. Bye-bye. Alright, it's 8 p.m. I have a call now. Why am I telling you this? Because this call is related to the past one which I did in the morning while I was catching up on everything. So there was one task which I didn't identify that I need to do as a part of pass 1, and then I took a pass 2 at it because that was going to take a lot of time. So I did spend a couple of hours in the afternoon reading through emails, responding to people for that, reading through the documents that were created in my absence. So I did all of that. Now there was just one last thing that I wanted to do for it was speak with someone about it, like the main point of contact. So I blocked the calendar for that particular person, and I set up a call just to make sure on whatever I understood while I was doing all of my research offline, going through documents and going through 5-6 different places to understand what happened in my absence. I actually wanted to speak with that person and see if my understanding of that is accurate or not. So I really like doing that. I think I preach it in all my videos as well, that a one-on-one connect is very important. There is no substitute for that. So it's going to be really helpful. I'm just looking forward to it. The call is in next 5 minutes. So whatever I have learned in the morning on that particular task, I'm just going to repeat that to the other person and just make sure that both of us are on the same page and I've not missed out on anything. So that really helps me. I always do it, and I would highly recommend you doing that as well. So just to give you an example, because I love examples, so the task or the milestone that I researched in the morning in pass 2, which was identified in pass 1, it was a project that just started when I went on leave. So there were a couple of emails regarding a roadmap was created for it. There were 1 or 2 Confluence documents which were created for it based on the calls that had happened while I was on leave. So I went through those Confluence documents and understood on the discussions that had happened while I was on vacation, and I just went through the roadmap on whatever decisions had been made in my absence. So I did that research. There were 2-3 emails I think related to that, wherein people were exchanging information. There was nothing for me to action on it, but I did definitely wanted to catch up on the conversation that was brewing up while I was not there. So I caught up on all those emails, and now I'm meeting with that person who's the project lead. I'm meeting with that person and making sure that both of us are on the same page. It's just a 15 minutes call. It's not going to take long, but I think this is going to really help me. So that is an example of one particular task that I had identified in the morning, and now I'm finally getting a closure on that. So I can, I think, officially say that I am completely caught up on this particular task. Similarly for other 3-4 tasks that I had identified. So this is what I normally do, and it really helps me. Alright, so I hope this has benefited you in one way or the other. There could definitely be some things which I have missed because I did not encounter it while I was scanning through my inbox, but you do it all the time. Definitely let me know via comment section. So this is really going to help me help you. So do not hesitate to reach out to me via comments. Until then, see you all next week. Bye-bye. And do not forget to hit like and subscribe. I just came back for this, so do that right now. Bye-bye.